Churches. For your political science class, you'd like to take a survey from a sample of all the Catholic Church members in your city. A list of churches shows 17 Catholic churches within the city limits. Rather than try to obtain a list of all members of all these churches, you decide to pick 3 churches at random. For those churches, you'll ask to get a list of all current members and contact 100 members at random. A. What kind of design have you used? Okay, so this is a multi-stage design. And in the first stage, we are using cluster sampling. We are selecting 3 churches out of 17, okay? 3 churches from a list of 17. Okay, and then the second stage is simple random sampling. Okay, and this is the stage where we select 100 persons from each church. Okay, by 100 persons from each church from the entire list of all members. Okay. So cluster sampling, we don't try to get the entire list of every single person who goes to a Catholic church, but here we're just going to get the list of the churches, and there's 17 of them, and then from there we select 3 of them. And then in this part, once we select those 3 churches, then it goes to simple random sampling where we're selecting 100 persons from each church. Okay, so this this is cluster sampling with simple random sampling. Okay, so part B then asks, what could go wrong with this design? Here, if the churches are of different size, we could introduce bias, okay? Okay, and the reason for this is that because we're just selecting 3 churches out of 17, a big church, okay, a big church can be selected just as is just as likely to be selected as a little church, okay. And so at this little church there might be 100 people or even fewer, and at the big church there could be several thousand. And if the little church is selected, then the people in this church building are much more likely to be selected for the survey than the people in the big church. And so here we could get some bias because we are oversampling the members of the little church.